Just in case people were still considering whether to pick up Origin Basic Access, I thought I'd do another video, which will have a cross-section of the recent games that I've played. In short, the answer to the first question, is it worth it? Answer, I would say, yeah. And if you're still considering, here are some more games. There have been some recent drops into the basic vault, and the library now stands over 200. Mirror's Edge Catalyst. Here we have a reboot of the first game. So to answer the question, do you need to play the first game? Well, the story doesn't continue on. It has the same characters, but they exist differently, sort of the same, sort of not. It's a reboot. Should you play the first one still? Yeah, it has a different feel, and still serves as a nice introduction to Faith. This version retains the same look as the first, but the pace of the game just feels that much smoother and faster. I think how Catalyst carries on with the originality of the first game is what makes it unique to other first-person games. It has a switch from the closed world to an open world game, and has a list of leveling and progressions to go through. The main quest sits in about 8 hours, and while it doesn't have multiplayer, it has these time trials with online scoreboards to mimic, in some ways, bragging rights. Gunplay, which was present in the first game, is gone, and instead melee attacks have a bigger focus. This could be seen as a good or bad thing. I will admit the first game was so much easier, allowing the use of guns, rifles and subs. In Catalyst, being forced to only use hand-to-hand combat makes it a little bit more challenging, and in some ways, in a good way. Mass Effect Andromeda. This game received such a bad backlash when it first came out, but despite all the negative reviews, it is actually quite decent. I actually quite liked it. Maybe 2 years of patches or forgiveness has helped. What I can say is the combat is exciting. Even the jump is thrilling. Getting a boost from jetpack each time. Good gunslinging, shooting out of cover. Honestly, Andromeda has a really fun combat system where you can charge, flank and outmaneuver enemies. There is a class and skill system to use some tech and space magic in your arsenal. Now, I was more than just happy to just shoot things, but diversity is there in how you like to fight. I clocked in about 13 hours when I finished the campaign. I beelined the main story. There is side quest after side quest. Plenty to get lost into. I'd recommend at least 2-hour play sessions for this game. As with being an open world, it can take an hour to get through dialogue and travel just to get into combat action. And if you only have 1 hour to spare, you can spend the whole time doing that, and that's incredibly unsatisfying. Exploration is quite damn good fun. The music, the atmosphere is great. I feel like I'm saying this for all EA titles, but just look at it, it's great. There is multiplayer, not a campaign, but wave-based player versus enemy. Tried it a few times and it's challenging. A good time to try out some different character builds. A way out. I can't begin to start with how much I like this game. If I have to give a prize to the game which has impressed me the most this year, it would go to A Way Out. A specifically 2-player co-op game. You need a friend to play this one. I went through it with one mate, where we could only squeeze in an hour every other weekend, and what anticipation I had to see more of the story. I always looked forward to when we could fit more of A Way Out. It is an extremely immersive game, and is a seamless adventure with a huge emphasis on teamwork, and it makes even the smallest tasks seem fun, such as passing a wrench, keeping a lookout for each other, and helping each other out. Another game which has drawn the eyes of the non-gamers I know, and the story is cinematic, that I've had a few people fascinated to just watch the play. It certainly encourages engagement during the play, and while it has a very linear story and plot, all the actions and tasks you have to undertake are so non-repetitive that the first playthrough is just a hit. They have jammed a huge amount of minigames. I never knew I wanted to play darts in a video game. I never knew I wanted to play Connect 4. I can't praise how good this game is. I'm really chuffed to have tried it. The story follows Vincent and Leo, who wind up in prison for various reasons, and over the course of the game, the scripting and character development, I grew to really like them both. Honestly, it was a pleasure to discover this game.
Got any other bright ideas? Relax, I got this. Concentrate on staying out of sight. I have a bad feeling about this. He's too close. Just keep your head down and relax. Fine, don't do anything stupid.
Who's that? Who's in that car, huh?
Over there! Get away! Out of the way! Hold on, Vincent! Oh,
Dragon Age Inquisitions. I haven't made up my mind about this game yet. At this point in time, I've got about 6 hours into this game, so definitely not as many. I've seen people put in average well into 60 to 100 hours at least, because this game is huge. And some, I've seen it referred to as a single player MMO. Huge amount of things to explore, lands to explore, and quests to do. Now, I started playing this without playing the first 2 games, which by the way are also available on Origin Basic Access. From what I understand is the first 2 games gives more backstory towards the lore of the world and also the characters. I've barely scratched the surface of the world I'm exploring, the abilities you can take advantage of, and also the depth of the relationships you can build with the characters there. There's definitely plenty of content in this game, and if you did have a short amount of time to play, I've noticed you can pick a quest and feel quite satisfied when you achieve that one quest. I must say, despite my initial reservations, the combat actually grew on me. In some ways it is like a Diablo game, just in a 3D form, and as you progress and get new abilities, it is fun to use them and see how they work out. There is an overwhelming things to do and learn in this game. Easily a game you can lose your whole weekend to. Trine. Trine is a game I always wish I have more time to put into. It is a fantasy platformer where you have to control different characters in order to solve different certain puzzles. And it can be played with 1 or 2 or 3 people over local co-op or over the internet. You switch between 3 characters, 1 wizard, 1 rogue and 1 fighter. The game is challenging and fun. It has an appealing art style and a good mix of combat to test your reflexes and brain skills of how to get to the next section using the slight different skills that each of them have. The wizard can create boxes and levitate objects. The thief can grapple onto certain ceilings and swing. And the fighter is able to deal out damage, defeat enemies and block projectiles with his shield. In single player mode, you switch between the 3 different classes, whereas in multiplayer mode, each player can play one of the characters. Every time I played, I thought I would like one character more than another, but I just ended up liking all of them. The first 2 games are available on the basic access. Overcooked. This is one of those games that makes you realise just how many friends you have, because this game, don't play it alone. It is a blast to play with other people, and for some, it could be a relationship ending simulator. And for those who have spouses out there, it could be a testament to just how strong your marriage is. On the basic idea, it's actually very simple. Gather ingredients. Some need chopping, some need cooking. Put it together and serve. But oh no, we are going to put things in the way of you doing that. We're going to put this chopping board all the way over on that boat. We're going to make these benches move this way and that. If you leave things on the burner too long, it's going to set on fire to the whole place. This game can be played with up to 4 people, and the more people you have, the more harder, the more yelling at each other, and ultimately the more fun it is. And getting those 3 stars when you beat the level with the high score, nothing feels more rewarding. Again, another good game for non-gamers that appeals to them. So those of you with families and you need some time out, put your partner and your kids in front of this game with controllers and enjoy your 3 to 4 hours of alone time. Ultimate Chicken Horse. Oh my god, I can't believe this is on the Origin Basic Access. If A Way Out is the favourite game that I've played this year, Ultimate Chicken Horse has to be the favourite game I played last year. You have the options to play this game online, but honestly, local, same room, same screen, multiplayer is where it's at. The characters are adorable, especially their cute sounds, and you can show how much you love your friends by screwing them over. Ultimate Chicken Horse, also ultimate party game, because it's just so easy to pick up. Lay a trap, left, right, jump, sprint, and that's it. Go play, go race, and don't die. But someone has to die, otherwise no one wins. And when I saw the trailer of this game, I thought, that looks pretty cool, but the amount of laughs and smiles and just sheer ridiculous, how the hell did you do that? Oh man, I can't really begin to state how this game just made me happy. So yeah, if you're still considering where to pick up Origin Basic Access, there's a lot of value to be had here. Certainly worth it. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed it.